is Fortnite XV and welcome back to another Fortnite video. Today I'm going to be doing a video on Save the World, and it's actually going to be a bit of a guide. So if you didn't know, Season 8 may be happening in Battle Royale, but Save the World has gone through a couple of changes. The major one being that, if you notice based on the hero thing, there are some new hero loadout changes. The main one being you have 3 different hero loadouts, and you also have these new things. You have your support team is much bigger, and then you have the team perk option, which is even more confusing to try to understand. So I'm going to explain as much of these things as possible so that when you go ahead and head back to Save the World, or if you're playing it right now, you'll be able to understand how this stuff works. So I have a legendary version of Blue Ken, but I'm going to be going ahead and starting on a clean slate to go ahead and help you out with setting up your first ever hero loadouts, and then maybe setting up some in the future. So I'm going to go ahead and make a special loadout for a different character this time. So let's see, I don't know how to remove the second gadget for some reason, but it is what it is. So I'm going to be heading into a different area this time. So I'm going to be working with a different character class this time instead. So for this one, I'm going to be working with a different character, the Rescue Trooper Ramirez. You don't get this one until you're in Plankerton, but since I just unlocked her, I might as well go ahead and use her in some of the other areas in the game. So I'm going to be heading back to Stonewood for these ones. So let me go ahead and explain each one. Commander is self-explanatory. That's your main character. And you also get your main bonus abilities for that specific character. So for this character, Rescue Trooper Ramirez allows to get 17% extra assault damage. Meaning if I use any sort of assault rifle, then it will deal almost 20% more damage than normal. Next up is the perks, but the perks are specific to certain characters. So you have the Ninja perk, which allows you to regenerate shield if you're using a ninja. You have the Outlander perk, which requires 2 Outlanders, in which the anti-material charge range is increased by a tile. The recycling one is for constructors, and the base will regenerate resources based on the affected structures. But for a soldier, I will be using the Keep Out bonus, which means the frag grenade will leave an energized area which deals 12 base energy damage per second for 6 seconds. Which means whenever I use a grenade for a grenade character, it's going to do even more damage than normal. So that's how that works. But I only get the bonus with soldiers. Now, you see it's on 0% right now. This will increase for every single soldier in my support team. Now, pay attention to all of these stats on the side. Some characters will be usable with your selected heroes, others will not. It depends on which one you are using. And this is honestly one of my favorite abilities to use with this one. This basically means that every time I kill a husk, it will give me extra health over the next 3 seconds. It'll refresh every time I get a kill. Down here it says, this hero is helping to activate the team perk. So now the Keep Out perk will actually work when it's used. And there we go, I have one of my hero loadouts set out. Now, different hero loadouts allow for different characters. And it would appear that you can actually assign different commanders to different hero loadouts. Which means now I have a separate loadout for Ramirez, and separate ones for Ken as well. And I can just change them on the fly whenever I want to. So, now I can use Ramirez's loadout whenever I wish to do so. And that's essentially how you go ahead and use the new hero tab. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some gameplay so that way, one, this video doesn't seem so stale, and 2, you can see the effects of the various heroes that I'm using. I might as well go ahead and do a mini guide on the new missions as well, because Epic has added these new eliminate and collect missions, aka beta storms. The way these work is you essentially have to go around and kill husks, as well as collecting data samples from the husks. So basically, you have 10 minutes to take out as many enemies as possible and get as many samples as possible. Oh yeah, and did I mention the storm is actually in this one as well? Meaning that, yep, you'll have to avoid the storm in order to avoid death, just like in Battle Royale mode. And it will enclose on a specific area, but it will stop shrinking once it reaches a certain point. Now, normally I would bring out the teleporter for this one, because an awesome strategy is to use the teleporter to zip in and out of the storm whenever you want. But since I'm not using that, and I am using a different ability for this one, I'm going to have to work with what I have. So here's the storm. It's at the top of the map right now.
Bonus objectives are in play.
It appears the game is currently on its mission as of right now as well. I forgot I'm not a ninja, I can't double jump anymore. So, my team has to kill 200 husks in order to complete the mission. Alright, let's give this a go. Goody Dog used cluster bombs. It's apparently super effective. Ah, nice cluster. I'm not seeing many bonuses with what I'm using right now. Probably because I'm not using a hardware item. Here we go. Now that, on the other hand, will probably work. But you see? I can't see much about my setup for my character. Storm is closing in more. That's not that good. Oh, I thought something happened. I think that was one of the main damage bonuses I have. Remember, my hardware weaponry will do much more damage than normal. I'll show you what I mean by the kill equals health thing. Watch. Kill, and now I'm being healed every 3 seconds. But it's only for 3 seconds. And I can't stay in forever because that'll just make things even harder on my part. I got extra assault damage, assault damage bonus.
Bonus challenge success! Good job, team!
Taking damage is not going to help you well. I'm healing faster than I can take damage. Once it reaches a certain point, however, the storm will stop moving. See? It stopped its movement and it's straight up frozen. That doesn't mean that enemies are going to stop spawning though. They'll still be coming, but it's not going to be as much of an issue as normal. As you can see, every kill just makes me stronger than normal. I'm sorry I can't remember what most of the abilities are. So we got about a minute until evacuation happens, and at this point there's not much that can be really done. It's going out in the storm with me taking damage. But as long as we manage to survive long enough, we won't have much to worry about. That'll be it for this episode. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope that these tips on the new hero loadout setup and the beta mission will help you out in surviving in the long run. So let me know if these tips help you out in the future, and leave your own tips in the comments, and I might go ahead and do videos on this stuff in the future. But for now, that'll be it for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what you all think in the comments, and I will see you all in the next one. The Cavalry is signing out. Bye!